Bloat. Yes, it's as scary as it sounds, but it doesn't have to be a death sentence if you act fast. Here's a success story about a dog named Salt, whose survival is good news in the war against bird smuggling. Salt's dad, Ravi Wasan from Feathered Friends, explains.
Look, Salt's a very unique German Shepherd. He's the only German Shepherd in Australia that's in training to protect endangered bird species. So I work with a lot of threatened bird species that are found uniquely just to Australia, and there are a lot of species that are quite prized on the black market. Salt's been groomed as a dog to protect them in transit, to stop theft or any illegal smuggling of these birds.
So, as you can see, Salt's a very special dog, but why did he end up here at ARH? Emergency and critical care specialist Dr. Natasha Evans explains.
So Salt is an 8-month-old dog that presented with a gastric dilation and volvulus, and what that means is the stomach bloats and then it twists on itself, and unfortunately that has the effect of cutting off the blood supply to the stomach. It usually also compromises the blood flow to other organs in the body as well, and can result in a life-threatening situation very, very, very quickly.
But what are the signs of bloat? How would you know?
The first signs that I noticed that he was going down was the fact that he was vomiting, he just wasn't himself, and he started to literally sort of blow up and expand in his lower part here, and it's extremely distressing to see a dog that's this hyperactive and this normal completely go flat.
Like most emergencies, time is critical. But what should you do?
Yeah, I would automatically take that dog to seek veterinary attention. There's lots of different causes as to why they can suddenly collapse. But generally speaking, if you have a very high energy dog that suddenly doesn't want to move, there's a serious problem and it needs to be assessed. In cases of deep-chested dogs like German Shepherds and Great Danes, we often get concerned about the possibility of bloat. The classic signs would be non-productive retching. So people will notice that they kind of repeatedly try to vomit, but nothing might come out. Sometimes they'll see some white frothy material. Sometimes it can look as though they're bloated, but in the deep-chested dogs, the stomach actually sits up under the rib cage, and so you might not necessarily see that they're bloated. Even little dogs like Dachshunds that are deep-chested can get this type of condition as well.
Thankfully, Salt's mum Beck also happens to be a vet nurse and suspected bloat initially, and knew time was a critical factor, so rushed Salt to Corrine Avenue Vet Hospital in Penrith rather than trying to get to ARH at Homebush.
Corrine Avenue out in Penrith do a fantastic job. They see a lot of, a high caseload, and they do a really good job with their patients, and Erin, who saw Salt, was very rightly concerned about his condition. And so, I think it's really important to recognise that the vets on the emergency service here and also the vets in practices externally, we work long hours and we're available at any time, day or night, to try and help with these kinds of conditions. And in Salt's case, he actually went to surgery about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's something that if it's truly an emergency and we need to do something quickly, we can do surgery in the middle of the night if need be, if that's warranted by the condition.
Of course, now that all the fuss is over, Salt can enjoy being the superstar he was born to be.